Commonwealth Wasteland. Now, I don't know yet. Okay, food processor, yes, but is there? Well, that makes more sense now. Yeah, again, this is me, like, trying to see if I can get this to work. Yeah, I didn't do anything between episodes, because all my struggles I want you to see, because it could be fun for you, but nothing for me. Okay, miscellaneous. Now, let me just quickly check the audio. So if I've done this entirely with crappy audio, I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay. So... I need gears. For a lot of this stuff, I'm probably just missing the gears. So, would this work? Like... Or is it meant to out? Even down here. Also, I don't even know how these... One bullet. Anyway.
Oh, I might not look it, but back in the day, I had quite the shot.
Yeah, or quite the imagination.
You mind keeping an eye out for a second?
Ma'am.
Got something with a bit of a kick for me, kid?
Thanks. What'd I miss?
Why did you need Jet again?
It's a little inhaler, like Hem's fueled us.
Uh-huh.
Here
Here.
you go.
One hit of Jet.
You did good. Now, let me ride the high to where the site wants to take me. You're walking into a sea, but it's not water you're afraid of drowning in. It's something invisible, but
Jesus Christ,
radiant.
Sturgis, I know you're a bloody synth, but Jesus
Burns
Christ.
everything in it. But no, I can feel them. There's people.
Uh-huh.
They can show you the way, but they're so hard to read. Be careful around them, kid. Phew. Wow. That took more out of me than usual. I'm gonna need to...
You willing to do some work?
I'd be glad to help.
Well, just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
You could give me some gears,
Sure,
that'd be
let
my...
me just stop what I'm doing to
God,
talk to
the
you.
usual place I put.
I'm being sarcastic.
Are you a... I'm not testing many theories. I know if I attempt to try a theory, Preston's gonna go all sicko mode. We're meant to be helping the Commonwealth, not making it even more of a deadly place. I just realized the majority of stations I need in this game are just scattered around. Oh god. Overkill? Nah.
We'll be taking that.
No, I could actually use all this furniture. A lot of this stuff I have to scrap, obviously, but... I don't want to mod, but at the same time, mods could make this such a good settlement. Like, the annoying thing is, like, you can't, like, Bethesda can't just take some time to go through all the mods and be like, oh, well, this one doesn't break the game. It just improves the look of Sanctuary. It actually makes it more difficult since you don't have the beginning scrap. Okay, I'll scrap the... No, I just want to scrap the money. You know what? I'll move what I need into a house, and then what I don't need, I'll just scrap. Yeah, okay. Where's the food one? Creates a variety of processed foods from its inventory when powered. Use a connected terminal to see what it can... forget that I can use these. Pretty sure it's under switches. It's under MISC. That's the minute, there we go. Yep, knowing my luck. Okay, first off, could I genuinely use this? Oh, I'm getting distracted. You gotta be bloody kidding me. You have got to be bloody kidding. I am generally gonna have to build a small gem. Which means I need gears. Sturges.
Please, just...
Where the hell Sturges?
I need to be alone right now.
He's usually in here.
One of these houses would be a good place to set up some beds.
I want to trade a few things.
Most people are good at breaking
You're
things.
useless.
I enjoy putting them back together.
Look, everything may be burned and destroyed, but it can still be used to make a nice looking settlement. Build a generator. Yeah, I kind of lack the facilities for that. There's no desk in here. Why is there 2 wheelie chairs? Okay, I think I might build these like apartments. Post-apocalyptic world, they can just shower in the rain. Even though the rain's nuclear. You know, considering the fact that, like, it's 77 years after the Great War, it does go to show, like, even though it's probably over-exaggerated, actually no, to be fair, some sites where nuclear devastation happens in real life are still devastated, so yeah. Hang on. These cost, hang on, 4, 5, 3, 2. Okay, I'm just gonna do this for Sturges and then I'll be off to the memory den. You know what? Just for now, I'm not gonna. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I think I've trapped myself. There we go. There.
Hey, Sturges.
Hey, Codsworth.
Yes, sir?
You never invited me over for tea. You haven't forgotten about that, have you?
Oh, no, of course not, sir. I'm just
I like it.
waiting to find a
Having
free
a place
day
to
in
sleep
my
will
schedule.
improve everyone's spirits.
Yes, sir.
What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it. Clean water
You
coming
want clean
Great.
water.
Thanks again.
You want, and let me get this straight, in post-apocalyptic America, The land of the free. You want clean water. Why can't you just get it yourself? I am completely baffled by the fact that you can't get water yourself. I could be out there saving the world, and your main problem is bloody... You're telling me I don't even have the electricity to do it. I don't even have the power to do it, so I'm gonna have to get gears. Everything I need to use to build needs gears. There. Nick, we're going to the memory den. First we need to go and talk to Piper. Hang on, why that? So you're telling me, even though I told Piper to come to Sanctuary, she's gonna go all the way to Diamond City, just so that I have to make one singular trip? If the conspiracy theorists are to be believed, Earth has been visited by an alien species on several occasions. The Zetans are said to be armed with powerful energy beam weapons that can completely disintegrate enemies. Yes, but one thing that they don't deny to tell you is the fact that they've kidnapped someone from the time of the Wild Wild West and ancient samurai Japan.
Hey, there's a time and a place for that, and neither's here.
Would you like me to shoot Mayor McDonough?
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
I didn't make it in time. Kellogg was working with the Institute.
70 years, 60 years.
He gave them
it's
Sean.
60 years, yeah, you're 60 years late.
I've lost him all over again.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
Man like that would have had access, in and out.
But we both know that angle isn't going to work.
Because he's in hell, where he belongs.
So,
I like how in this game you can go from being calm to aggressive, and I think I just may have accidentally skipped dialogue because I was sensitive to the trigger is. I'd do it again.
Doesn't matter what he knew. I'd kill him again in a heartbeat.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know,
So both of you
we
just
may
like the fact
not
that I
need
wanna
the
be
man at
vengeful.
all.
I want
you're
to
talking
pry
crazy
his
here, Nick.
corroded brain
Got a
from his
fault in the
body
old
over and
subroutines?
over again.
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... Who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Omari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me.
Really? You're going to Sanctuary right now? Like...
Nothing stays hidden forever.
No, I want to go to Diamond City, not talk to Piper. Game. I was gonna say that, if it's not gonna let me leave, we're gonna have some problems.
Even good people do crazy things when they're
wool out
scared.
from under your eyes.
Diamond City's motto.
No, they don't. They're the Institute, not monsters.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load.
So, I'm roughly going to be taking the stream till about 3 o'clock. Valentine's Detective Agency is run by the private investigator, Nick Valentine, who has helped many of the residents of Diamond City over the years. Yes, definitely. Indubitably. I don't know, whatever words are that probably means yes in smart tones. Agreeance. Duck. Litter trays. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Okay, between here and Good Neighbor, I can find Strong. Next episode, I might, and this is going to sound bad, but next episode I might do somewhat of a companion run where I get all the companions that aren't acquired through quest. Also, that depends on, because I think it's level 15 the Automatron DLC starts, and you can get Ada straight away as a companion. So, once I turn level 15, I'm going to go and get
Lowest
Ada.
place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some
I don't want anyone here to forget what matters.
Although as well, next
Hey,
lesson,
Daisy,
not
glad
next
you can
next
make it.
lesson.
How's my favorite girl doing?
Next time I might also
Didn't I
get
see one?
you as a
See
companion.
the other day?
Also,
He
hang on, how many
wishes.
caps do I have? I can get 2 for 1 here.
All right. We're getting
I'll have
off
to talk to
track.
Bobby
What was I
first,
saying?
but I can
Oh,
get
that's
you
right.
and then
What
switch you out
matters.
to him.
We freaks gotta stick together.
Brotherhood
And the
of
best way to
Steel
stick
says
together
stay out of
is
good
to
Oh, hang on. Wait, hang on, what lesson? Oh, for God's sake. I want to say level. Why do I say lesson? Stats. I'm level 10, so I'm 5 levels off. But, how high is my charisma? 6. I could pass this intelligence check. Now, for those of you who are new to Fallout and just watching it because you're bored, you'll find out what this is, or whom this is, if you watch the first episode. But if you already know who it is, he's decent
Fred,
to have around.
Are you going to hang out in the lobby all day again, or are
Also,
you
I can get
actually
the
going to go
drinking buddy,
down
but-
and
just
do
clean
some
up
work?
around here.
Being available to the customers is work. It's not all about cooking chems, Claire.
It's not all about sampling those chems either. Maybe if you stopped using, you can focus.
What? Where's the fun in cooking it if you ain't using it?
My mistake.
Nope.
What? No, it can't. It's you. From Sanctuary Hills, right?
Yeah, I'm from Sanctuary.
What? You don't remember me? I sold you that space in the vault. But then I wasn't on the list to get in. But you, look at you. 200 years, and you're still perfect. How? How's that possible?
The vault had these pods that froze us in place. I only thawed out recently.
What? Vault-Tec never told me that. Unbelievable.
I feel sorry for this.
Well, I had to get to the future the hard way. Living through the filth, the decay, and the bloodshed. Look at me. I'm a ghoul. A freak.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would happen.
You know, you're the only other person I met from before. Oh God. I've been so alone here. No Commonwealth settlement. Once a ghoul with 200 years of Vault-Tec sales experience.
Hey, you know, you could head back to Sanctuary. I'll come visit. I promise.
Really? You will?
This is like the easiest speech check.
Okay, I'll head over there right now. You promise you'll come visit, right? I'll see you there.
Yes, I promise. Is there anyone else actually in these apartments, or is it just empty? I think it's just empty. I've just ripped them up. I've just ripped them off their last customer. I am evil. He looks like his old self from afar. Like, if you look at him from the darkness, he... Oh god, him and Nick have the same fashion sense.
Look, I know it's an open door, but it's like a philosophically open door, okay? Get the hell out.
Jesus Christ, you don't have to be such a...
This place ain't what it used to be. And it ain't used to be much.
Before you even start, let's skip to the point. We have rooms, one room specifically. Payment due up front.
Can you tell me a bit about this hotel?
Oh, why do they always have questions? The Hotel Rexford used to be a grand establishment. We even had guests that didn't throw up all over the floor. But now the only people who come by are looking for somewhere to nurse a hangover or shoot up chems. So, still want a room?
No,
I don't
not
think so.
interested.
Then leave.
That was a bit aggressive. Nick, we know when we're not wanted. Let's go. Oh no, I said it'd be ended at 3 and it died. It'll be ending at around roughly 3:30. So anyway.
Believe it. He looked just like Sammy, too. He sure as hell didn't act like him. Institute thinks they can replace people with sin.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is,
Pretty sure I killed someone back here. Wow. I wish there was a way to, like, salute in this game. Just like, I am a proud citizen of this destroyed America. Oh yes, if you've made it this far into the video, you'd probably be happy to know, wink wink nudge nudge on happy, that we actually have an Instagram account under the exact same name of this channel. Although for obvious reasons on Instagram, since you have to put underscores instead of spaces, it's double underscore space, double underscore specs underscore plus underscore the number 1. Yeah, Instagram. Thank you for not letting us actually just
Dr.
use spaces.
Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social call.
We need your help, Doctor. I need the memories from a man named Kellogg. But he's dead.
I know it's asking for a miracle, Omari. But you've pulled off the impossible before.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you do realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Omari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Omari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see.
No, because you are an old grizzly mercenary.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be bad.
I single-handedly do look like a psychopathic killer right now.
A lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe.
Ah yes,
there's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Fit into the doodah.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doc.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind.
That was the thing that allowed me to say, is Nick okay?
What if we use two?
Damn it, I look like a bad friend.
We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there.
Doesn't that mean that if he wakes up, I die?
Fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
If I die, I'm suing you for all you own. Funny story, really. Was at this point in my modded
brainwave
gameplay
migration between the transplant
Nick
and
had
the host.
my Exo-1 armor and he claimed it as his own. Couldn't get him out of it.
But it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find.
It was annoying, and when I tried to take it back, he would actually turn hostile with the rest of good neighbor.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
All 5 states have now signed on, which means that as of this moment, we are
Remember, you are experiencing
such
these
a
memories
dummy
as
back then.
This
What did I
may
know
prove
about how the
disorienting
world
at first.
worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
California Republic. I'm sure that's going to take some
That's actually quite sad.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
What a joke. What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
Teacher at school said...
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
The NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
Now,
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
Click on his child. He says
But we don't know
something
anybody
like,
here.
"That
And
is
now,
my-
with the
that is my
baby?"
favorite video
Come
game
on,
quote."
Sam. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. Girl, you gotta give it a chance.
The thing about happiness is you
I
only
finally
know
got
happiness
steady
is
work
not-
with a good outfit.
That is
Nothing like that in the
favorite
NCR
quote
these
out
days.
of any video game I've ever played.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just...
Let's keep looking. I'll
Just
connect
saying,
you to
I
the
might
next
end
intact
this
memory.
video once I finish this memory sequence.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
think it's... The next one after this one is Vault.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
This looks to be like West Virginia, not gonna lie.
I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east.
Oh.
Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
So...
I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together.
I know it's 3 more.
There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
I think this is the one where he's getting hired by the Institute? No, yes, no, yes. Yes.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. You're with the Institute. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine.
As you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline. Shutting down.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
I think this
We're
one
running
knows
out
the
of
vault.
There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Damn
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Vault computers are still working.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
That's good. Checking.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Are we willing to leave the father alive?
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Just find it. Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby. No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have a backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup? I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. It wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were.
How dare you
Me and the
call it
kid.
a pet project.
Like a happy little family.
Projects gain respect.
I ended up kind of liking it.
Does not deserve any respect.
A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Piper's really done it this time. I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but Mayor, he's gonna be right there this time. I probably shouldn't have done.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days you get... The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human.
X688.
I'm just glad they were always on my side.
Yep, it's X.
Get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Hang on, we can confirm now if it's X.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
This justifies my murderous rage when I see him.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Yep, TV.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good, but I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation and the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak. A way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same.
Doesn't realize that they have synths.
If you're going to follow
tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of synths.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first.
I just got
removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Just in case something bad happens. Nick?
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg, what are you doing in Nick's head?
You want to try for round 2? Let's go!
What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next. Hey,
but anyway...
let me ask you something.
Okay, ask.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving? Who do you think
it really did help,
won
Nick.
the war? Nobody, I guess.
But anyway, hope you've all enjoyed this video. Sorry this one had less commentary and was probably shorter than usual. Remember to go and follow us on Instagram, and until next time, keep crusading.